captivity, right? And they have tested us already with what we would do with money. We've already been tested. And what they have discovered is that when you give former slaves or slaves money, you end up giving the money right back to the people who gave it to you. So what I'm trying to do is elevate your mind and to see what's happening, what's going on. When President Bush was president, he gave something to all Americans, and that was $300.
Yeah.
If you were single.
Yeah.
If you were married, you're gonna get $600.
Yeah.
What did we see the majority of our people do? Went to Walmart, got big old flat screen TVs, paid bills off, or whatever they did. But nobody decided to say, you know what? Let's put all our money together. All 40 million of us, and put our $300 and $600 together so that we can get out of here. Now, I'm saying all of that to make you think about something, because what's getting ready to happen and what's getting ready to take place is they're about to give black people money. And I don't mean a little money, I mean a whole lot of money. You're all going to get some money, a whole lot of it. Now, you would think, my reparations, my ship has finally come. And guess what? That's what they want you to think. But remember, the nations have dealt with us wisely. They haven't dealt with us without studying everything about us. This is why they have given us Oprahs. This is why they've given us the LeBron James and all the other basketball people and football people and all these people in the world. They got a whole lot of money, but they haven't did anything about creating a better world and a better scenario or a better situation. They've kept their money and stayed in the same system that gave it to them, and didn't do anything to make a significant change in the life of the people who was brought over here slaves. Ain't that something? So what that shows is that they know that if they give you money, you ain't gonna do nothing to affect the system that brought you over here. You ain't gonna do nothing, you're not a threat, they can trust you now. We're gonna give them money and we know they ain't gonna do nothing with it, but give it right back to us. Are y'all hearing it?
Yes.
Let me elevate your thought. Now, if they give you money, the reason why people listen to the Hebrews is because they don't have no money. The reason why you come and you listen every week is because you identify the curses on you. Therefore, you listen to the Hebrews. Man, this is us. This is our condition. This is what's happening to us. And they understand that the Hebrews are on the move. So what way could they do to get the Hebrew movement to stop? It's by giving everybody some money. Now you have the money. Now I ain't got time for Sabbath. I ain't got time to preach because I got money now. I got money. See, the most preachers, you know, they say, man, I got to live myself, man. I got to keep preaching to live, right? I got to work to live. I got to make a living, right? I got to work for it. These are the concepts that we come up with. But if you have enough money, just like Mother said, was the first thing you said, I'll just rest. I'll just, woo. Say, I'm going to rest, and that's going to be it. Before I ask the question, that already was on her mind.
Yeah.
Finally, I got what I need, now I'm going to just rest. But nobody said, man, I would change this system. I would create a better world. I would do something. Get out of this system. Because you realize you're in jail, don't you? Now, I know they allow you to walk around in jail. See, because you can go from here to Boston, from here to New York, from here to Detroit, from here to Pennsylvania.
Halfway house.
Right. You think you're free. Now, if you go some of these rural areas, then you'll find out, man, maybe I'm not as free as I thought I was. When you're the only one in that town, and you go to the grocery store and everybody look, then you start realizing, well, maybe I ain't as free. Y'all need to find out who developed the cities. Whose idea was that to create cities all over the United States of America? You need to go research that. You need to go research who developed the educational system. You need to go research that, because there's a reason why we all come to the same conclusions and we all think the same in certain things. And certain things, topics, move us in a certain way, and it moves the person next to you, move this person. It's a reason why. It's by design. It's a reason why you live in the area code you live in. Everything is by design. They've already studied, they study everything. And because they study everything, it develops algorithms. And it develops things where they're able to predict what's going to happen.
You're right, Pastor.
So if I give Mother Pierce some money, I know already she's going to just rest. You see? If I give Sister some money, all she's going to do is be worried about recitals and education and helping the homeless. Y'all are hearing this?
Yes.
Come on and preach it, man.
Now, what does that mean? What I'm teaching you and telling you is that y'all still thinking like slaves.
Yes, we are.
Y'all not thinking like free people. Now, the book has already told us that John, Yachanan, Ben Israel, he already told you there's a new heaven and a new earth.
Yes.
And it's coming out of heaven. Heaven is the mind.
That's what he said.
And he said that the heaven that he saw, the streets was paved with gold. I ain't seen no streets paved with gold. So I guess that's probably one of the first things we need to be doing.
Right.
I don't get what I'm saying.
Yes.
He already said that there's 12 gates in this city. 3 gates in the east, 3 gates in the north, south, and north. He's already told you what it looks like. Because everything that the Father wanted us to do was something that you don't see right now.
Right.
Let that sink in for a moment.
Come on and preach this,
When
man.
they came out of Egypt as slaves, they came out of Egypt, they didn't know what a tabernacle was.
No.
But that was one of the first things he told them to make. He said, make a candlestick from one piece of gold
Right.
with these 7 branches that come out. Ain't nobody ever saw nothing like that.
No.
Put up these curtains. And he said, make sure you make everything I'm telling you to make according to the pattern. I wonder why he said according to the pattern. I wanted it to have anything to do with let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Hallelujah. Okay.
So what's happening to us is we're still thinking like slaves, and we don't understand how to think like free people. Now, I showed y'all a clip last week of Louis Gossett Jr. talking to the free man who they had just reincarcerated and made a slave again. And he was trying to get Louis Gossett Jr. to take the slaves and put them on a boat so they can go to freedom. And Louis Gossett Jr. was like, I don't know how to be free.
Right.
I don't know how to think free. I've been a slave all my life. Whatever the master put out for me to eat, that's what I eat. Wherever the master tells me to sleep, that's where I sleep. I don't know how to be free. That's what he said.
He said that.
And guess what? That's the condition of most of us in this room. We don't know how
Don't know
to
where
be
to go,
free.
how to be, what to do.
Now remember I said, how do people want to be free? And what everybody do? I want to be free. And then I quote scripture. Who the Son set free is free indeed. No, all that hooping, right? And everybody be like, yeah, preach that thing. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. But then I'll say, the first thing in order to be free is you got to quit your job. I didn't get that. Are you hearing me? See, now all of a sudden, you really don't want to be free. You really just raising your hand. It's called, you want to flirt with freedom while still serving slavery. Flirting with it, raising the dress up there. See, freedom. You want to do like this to freedom. Just stick your toe in it. Oh, let me get back. You really don't want freedom because freedom is actually going to cost you something. There's a price you have to pay in order to be free. Now, this ain't the message today. This is just a thought to begin to stir your heart, your mind, and your soul. Because when I start talking about jobs, that was the first thing the Father told me to do. When Yeshua was walking the earth, he went and got 12 men who were working men. They were doing something completely different. And he went and got them, and that's what they did. They stopped everything that they were doing in their life to follow him. Now, let's see how many people are really followers of the Messiah. See, the Father's never going to ask you to do something you can easily do. He's always going to ask you something that is going to cost you something. See, David said, I don't want to buy, somebody was about to give some free wood to build the kingdom, to build the temple. And David said, I don't want to put anything in the temple that didn't cost me something. I got to pay for this stuff. See, that's the problem. We don't want to pay for that. And because you don't want to pay, you want everything to be free because your mind is, Master gave me this. He gave me this. So we started talking about going to Israel. We started about going to the Caribbean. Started going to Ghana, going to these places. All of a sudden, you're like, well, where am I going to work? How am I going to eat? Who's going to feed us? Who's going to clothe us? Who's going to supply the things we need in order to go to these places? We a slave. We can't just go out, just go over there and just, what we going to do? How we going to? I don't hear this. But yet still we'll preach and hear the story and say amen and clap. Because the children of Israel, he brought them out of bondage. Whoa, he brought them out. Those Pharaoh army tried to come after him and he drowned them in his... Why do you think he did all those plagues? Why do you think he did all of those miracles? Why do you think he did all of those things? And then the children of Israel still didn't believe, did they? Guess what? You don't either. Because you're still a non... You don't really believe. You don't really have faith because... Remember we talked about faith? Faith has a process. Faith has to be verified to see if you really got faith or not. I was talking to the Prime Minister this morning, called me, and he started talking. He said, Pastor, the reason why I stay around you is because I tested you. I said, you tested me? Yeah. Remember, he was talking about you wanted to go renew your vows with your wife, and you was going to go to New York and then do a honeymoon in Canada and just hang out in New York and Canada. He said, so I asked you a question right there when you said that. Well, if you were Hebrew, if you were an Israelite, why would you want to go to New York and Canada? Why not go to Israel? And he said, put that out there to see if I was going to say, man, I ain't interested in going to Israel. I'm going to New York and Canada. I'm going to New York. We're going to do some shopping, man. And then I'm going to Canada, spend some more money over there, and just have a good time. We're going to go see the Grand Canyon and all of that open space and look at all the waterfalls and just go over there and do this. We're going to go down to New York City and where they drop the ball. We're going to go stand right there and look at it. Like, yeah, this is where they drop the ball. Yeah, so, hey, come on, Sister Tahila, let's go. And he said he put it out there to see what I would say. Because that's one of the things he does to find out who's serious or not. Now, we all say that we believe in the God of who?
Israel.
Israel. But at the same time of us saying we believe in the God of Israel, he has a land called Israel
Yes.
that he says his eyes are never off of. He's constantly looking at that land. And then he said, and then we say, we believe in the God of Israel, but we won't go to his land or his place where his eyes is on, and you don't truly believe that he will protect you in his own house, and you say that you believe in this God. I know you hear what I'm saying.
Good review, man.
And I said, my. He said, so when you said instantly, I'll go there, yeah. I never thought to go ask to go there. Now you didn't say it, yes, I will go, and I changed all my plans just like that, in an instant. So he said, I knew. Oh, he's serious. Now you got all these other people who've been Hebrews for 30, 40 years that ain't never left American soil, but they're swearing down that they know what this book say about being a Hebrew and being an Israelite. But they won't step foot off of the prison that they've been in all of their life to go taste freedom, go see what it's like. Go see if he's truly with you. And then he said, you got the confirmation, not when you landed. He said, you got the confirmation when you were in the air. Remember your hand? Your hands became new. I cut my hand prior to me going on that trip. And in the airplane, I was washing my hands the whole trip because the cut was deep. And I said, I ain't gonna be able to do nothing because this cut is on my hand. And I fell asleep. By the time we got over to the Israel, they said, we're over to Israeli airspace. Put some lotion on my hand, and I looked down, and my hand was completely healed. The cut was gone, and it was a deep cut. It was going throughout my entire hand, and it was gone. My hand was perfectly new. You know, they said you look at your hands were new. I didn't have to look at my feet because I knew they had to be new too. Y'all hear that? So the Father did something supernatural in that moment to let me know that this Yah of Israel is Yah. He is master of all.
Israel, yes.
So they did the test already to find out what they could do with black people giving them money. So get ready to receive some money. You're going to get an increase. You're going to get some extra. It's coming to you. Because they already know what you're going to do with it. And that's going to ultimately be give it right back to them. So I just want to stir your thoughts up about that. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So that means y'all got to start thinking a different way.
Right.
That's my point. Start thinking a different way.
Right.
I don't know when this is coming, but it's coming.
Okay.
And it's coming so that it can stop the Hebrew movement from continuing on. Because it's right. Everybody waking up all of a sudden. Everybody waking up. But man, if I get them some money, guess what? Everybody ain't going to be doing no more on the corner screaming out that Esau. They ain't going to be telling everybody Edomite going to man, shoot. I'm going to get me a Cadillac. And I'm going to get the biggest rims on it that I can find.
And they get it from Esau.
Right. I want my car to be way up here. I'm going to be driving looking down on Esau. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
It's like the mockery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at what they're doing. Not realizing that you should be thinking completely different. You should be thinking about changing a system, changing the structure. This system it wasn't designed for us.
No,
And I don't care what you do to try to fix it, hold it up,
not gonna work.
pull it up, make it, it's not going to work. And that's why the book talks about Babylon falling.
Right.
It's not going to fall if you're holding it up and going and punching in your clock every day.
Right.
You holding it up. You're holding up the system that you say is against you by punching in every week, every day. They tell you when to eat, when not to eat, when to come, take a break. What did I tell y'all? And see, I didn't understand this. That was the first thing the Father challenged me with was stop playing for churches. That's my livelihood. Well, it's going to stay your livelihood. That was the last thing he said to me. He said, if you don't get up right now from this organ and stop, but whatever you're getting paid, that's what you get paid forever. If the knowledge and the information you have right now, that's all the knowledge and information you will have forever. This is my last time talking to you. It was such a scary word. I felt on the inside. I got up, got my coat, I said, excuse me, don't think I'm crazy. But I can't play for you no more. I'm sorry. The Father just made me, I'm gonna be your junkie. I'm gonna make your whole ship start shaking. This whole church gonna fall apart if I keep it not staying. I gotta go do what the Father said. And it couldn't have been 2 or 3 weeks after that, all this truth started coming to my mind. And the scales fell from my eyes. And all of a sudden I was reading the Bible saying, how long has this been in here?
Yeah.
I've been reading this Bible and all of a sudden I can see what it said. Remember he said he'd give you eyes, but they won't be able to see. I'll give you ears and you won't be able to hear. I'll give you a mind, but you won't be able to understand. Remember we talked about what's the difference between you and the beast?
Right.
Well, some people say they came from beasts. Didn't somebody say teach you evolution in school?
Yeah.
Well, why don't we believe them and say, okay, if you say you came from an amoeba and crawled out the water and crawled on all fours and became, we believe you. But we came from a divine order. I know, hear that? We didn't come from what they say that they came from. We just say, we believe you. We came from a higher source. We were created in the image of Yah. Are y'all hearing that? We are sons and daughters of the Most High. Y'all like that little Sabbath school lesson right there?